Much of the songs are written in what we call witch language. Give you kind of an idea. Many of you talk on the CB, unless you know what a smoky is, and a 10-4, and a front door and back door and rocking chair and these type of things. You don't know what you're talking about. Same with witches. When you're in the first or second level, you have to learn over 2,000 words that said by anybody else mean something totally different than when you say them.
We're doing occult words today, and we're going to start with glamour. A glamour, or glam, is a magical act, spell, or more likely psionic ability which changes the way in which the practitioner or another is perceived. Most often, but not exclusively, done to make the subject of the magic appear more attractive, thus the name. Glamour is the impression of attraction or fascination that a particularly luxurious or elegant appearance creates, an impression which intensifies reality. Glamour originally referred to as a magic spell, an illusion said to be cast by witches. And they gave us Glamour magazine, and according to this witch word, it's an illusion, so nothing on the cover or written in the pages are real, and probably not even worth the paper that it's printed on. Let's look in our voodoo glossary. The second word is called fix. To place a curse on someone, the phrase "I'll fix you" likely originated with this meaning of the term.
Before you moved in, a theosophist lived here, and he was very pleasant.
You broke into his apartment, didn't you?
I didn't break in, dear.
And you fixed his phone.
All right, why don't you fix it?
My hands are tied. She's even forbidden me to tell Shep about her predicament.
Loa or Loa, the supernatural mortal spirits who oversee different areas of the natural world and human experience. Similar to saints, humans can petition them for help. A Loa is a voodoo deity, that is, the power of a divine archetype working through a congenial personality built up for it by human worship and invocation in voodoo. The most frequent means of manifestation of the Loa is by temporary possession of a devotee. Some of the names of the Loa are Yamaya, Maman Brigitte, Urzuli, and Baron Samedi. Here is Angelina Jolie with this powder all over her face. I vaguely remember it. The story was, this is a makeup malfunction. It's all over her chest and face, and she looks dazed. I don't think this is a makeup malfunction.
Each lure has different colors, so different colored scarves are used to call them. White Carlin powder is used to attract certain deities and to identify them. Urzuli has just recognized one of her followers by the rings that adorn his hands. These are wedding rings that show that the man has married her. Each person may marry his protective lua. They gather their relations and witnesses together and go to the Onfo, or voodoo temple, where a mystic wedding is held.
We look at Drew. I mean, this is ridiculous. White powder all over her face and hair. It looks like she's just come out of a ritual. Look at that. Blasted. Absolutely blasted. Nicole Kidman had it under her eyes and on her nose. They say it's baking, but it looks like a voodoo ritual of conjuring spirits. This is an African actor named Jimon. Jimon Gaston also is a Beninese-American actor and model.
Come to the tiny country of Benin in West Africa because it's the only country in the world that recognizes voodoo as an official religion. Every year, thousands of children are initiated into voodoo.
Back to our voodoo words, look at the top. Onsi, wife of the spirit, title for an initiated servitor. Anyone who practices voodoo is called a servitor. People who are initiated into voodoo wear white, similar to Santeria. It's a marker to identify a member of this religion, and demon does wear a lot of white. In voodoo, Dangui, the great serpent, this name was given to the species of yellow and brown mottled python, there venerated as an intermediary or focus of divine power. See voodoo. Is this a yellow and brown mottled python? Do you see the snake carvings on the door behind Jimon? Danhui, literally a serpent house, understood as a shelter for the sacred pythons and a center for their cult. We know that this person is from Benin, a poor country in Africa. We know that they teach children voodoo. He's in a film here with these strange light blue colored eyes. In voodoo, this is how they show that someone is mounted or possessed, indicating there's a spirit on the person. So how is it that this person is from a poor country that raises voodoo children, and his surname is Anso, which in voodoo is the wife of a spirit or the title of a voodoo initiate? And that had me thinking, all these celebrities are adopting children from Africa. What if it's not an adoption? What if it's a marriage? Well, they said it, you can marry your patron Loa in a ceremony, so who's to say that's not what they're doing? This poor person suddenly comes to America as a model? I don't think so. I think someone purchased him and brought him to America, because then you can marry a witch child who is possessed by a voodoo spirit. I saw the first series of The Big Bang Theory. Sheldon has this word he likes to say called bazinga, and he is giving us the Baphomet. He claims when he says the word, it means he's joking about something. Again, referencing the voodoo glossary, the word at the bottom is bazango, secret society and the rights of this society. It's a voodoo word and the definition doesn't refer to jokes. We are looking at Scott Cunningham's Encyclopedia of Magical Herbs, and the word is fascination. Fascination, the art of placing other people under one's power through sounds, gazes, colors, etc., meaning hypnotizing and mesmerizing.
This is lovely, Gillian. What does it do?
Makes you look fascinating.
You mean?
No, Auntie, it has no powers.
Really, really interesting findings.
Fascinating.
It's a fascinating study, actually.
It's so fascinating.
Our next word is zombie. Zombie may be a soul separated from the body or a body separated from the soul. This whole zombie thing that's popular now is a voodoo practice. Led Zeppelin were famous for this thing, Zoso. I don't think they ever explained the meaning. I saw someone here thinks that this is one of the sigils of Saturn. Jimmy has the Zoso at his feet with stars on the shoes. John is doing the Baphomet with the triquetra symbol. John number 2 has the triquetra, but it's also the Vesca Pisces. And Robert has the feather of Ma'at. This is in Egyptian magic. Look at the word at the bottom, Zozo. Egyptian obelisks represent the phallus of Osiris. You find them around the world in major cities. It could be a symbol for Saturn, but these are magical words. These things are in our everyday language, and they really shouldn't be. We can stop this by using our power to disengage. Stop watching TV. We can stop going to the cinema. We can stop buying the celebrities' perfumes and music and cut them off right where it counts, because they care about your money first. I'm not supporting pedophilia, and I'm not supporting celebrities and the atrocious behaviors that they engage in. We become aware of the language they're using so we can stop being dazzled and fixated on this glamorous lifestyle that they give us and withdraw consent to the spells they speak to keep us fascinated. This concludes lesson 1. Class dismissed.